Hello everyone, welcome to CSE 271 and my name is Suman Bhunia. I'll be your instructor for this particular course. Let's first get started with the course and on this particular lecture video I am going to explain what we are going to learn in this particular semester, and we are going to also walk through what will be the course contents, what are the course outcomes, what is the learning objective, and we will also look at the tentative schedule that we are going to follow. We will also talk about what are the grading criterias, as well as what kind of assignments there will be, how many assignments there will be, etc. So this is the syllabus. Before I show you the syllabus, let me first explain you how you should get the syllabus in Web Canvas. Sorry, Canvas. So if you log into your Canvas, I am logging in using my iPad app. Here on the left hand side panel, like in these panels, you can see that we have few buttons or tabs, and if you click on the syllabus page, then this brings this particular page where we have outlined the syllabus. Similarly, you will have one button called Zoom. If you go there, you will be able to see all the schedule lecture times as well as lab times, and when on the due time, if you click on those, then you will get a Zoom link through which you should connect. Remember that I will record the video of each of the classes. So let's get started. Before I talk about details of how to meet me or the TAs, etc., let's first talk about what are the course description and course objective. This particular course, CSE 271, is a second level course after you take CSE 174, which is the Introduction to Programming using Java. Now, this is the second level course where you get to know the concept of object oriented programming, that is a paradigm of computer programming, which is very important for the industry when you go for and look for jobs. There are few pillars on which the object oriented programming is built upon. And in this particular course, we will be learning all those pillars such as inheritance, polymorphism, okay, etc. Let's talk about this course learning objectives. After you go through this particular course, you would be able to understand what is the concept of object oriented programming. You would be able to write a program and that think about that program in the object oriented way. Here you will define a object and describe it and describe its functionality such that later you can just call an object. Okay, we will be also learning few other important concept about writing good program. First of that is we will be learning how to debug your program efficiently. Here we will be using Eclipse debugger and then towards the end of the course you would be able to know how to use the Eclipse to efficiently write bug free code or to understand where you are making mistake. Let's go to the main portion about how this class is formatted for this particular semester. We all know we are going through a very outbreak situation and it is a pandemic. We cannot have normal classroom environment where we used to sit 30 or more than students in a small classroom. Due to this outbreak, for our health measure, we have been instructed to keep 6 foot distancing all the time. And right now, for till September 21, all the classes are to be conducted in online fashion. Okay. After September 21, if the university allows, then this particular class will resume its instruction in campus in face-to-face manner. Remember that although it will resume its operation in campus, we might not be able to accommodate all the students in the classroom. Some student will be taking the class online, some student will be coming to the class regularly, or student might take turns in coming the class and other students might stay home. We have to also think about some students who are taking the course entirely online from a remote state or remote country. That's why we have taken the policy of HyFlex classroom model. In the HyFlex classroom model, what we will do is I will deliver all the lectures through recorded videos before the class. So every week on Sunday, I will release the recorded videos describing the course contents. Okay, I will describe all the core concepts that is required for that particular week. And during the normal classroom hours on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I will go over some problem and we will solve it through classroom activities. Mostly you will try to solve the problem and I will try to help it. I will solve 2-3 problems each week, and we will be doing this through some group activities. That's why I highly encourage you to join those lecture sessions. It is true that even if you cannot join the lecture sessions, you can continue the class, but I highly encourage you to join those lecture sessions. Okay, how I will communicate? I will always send, if I send an announcement, I will send it through the Canvas. So please turn on the notification in Canvas such that if I send an announcement in the course, you get it immediately. Okay, now let's talk about the office hours and the TS. Due to the HyFlex online nature of the course, we have allocated multiple office hours by instructor and the TS. As you know, I am your instructor Suman Bhuiya. My email ID is bhuiya@miamioh.edu. I will hold my office hours on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 4 to 5 p.m. Now, if you cannot make it to my office hour, just send me an email and we can schedule meeting at another time. Okay, I'll always be present at my Zoom personal meeting, and whenever you want to come, just click on this link and you will be able to join my meeting. Remember, if I am meeting with another person, you might have to wait till that person I'm done with that particular student. Okay, our class interaction would be Tuesdays and Thursdays from 2:50 to 3:45 p.m. Okay, our laboratory session is on Monday 2:15 to 4:05 p.m. Remember, on our first week, because the laboratory is on Monday, we won't be able to do anything on the laboratory because we have not covered anything in our class yet. So we are cancelling that particular class. So remember, on August 17, we don't have any laboratory session. Okay. We have another session reserved, that is Tuesday 8 to 9:20 p.m. for our examinations. Remember, this is not a regular interaction. This is only reserved for the midterm and the final. Okay. We have 3 TAs for this particular course. They will hold 1 hour office hour, okay, on Monday, Wednesday and Friday, 8 to 9 p.m. The reason we reserved 8 to 9 p.m. is because we want to make sure that students around the world can get access to the TA hours efficiently. Okay, and for this to go to their office hour, the Zoom link is provided here. You just go through it. But for this particular course, our TA Zhengzi Jiang will be present in our lab sessions as well. So if you have some question regarding labs, you should ask Mr. Zhengzi Jiang. His email ID is provided here. Although I encourage you to contact him through the Canvas. website. Our textbook is given here, Big Java Led Object by K.S. Horstman. I'm pretty sure you have already got the book through library or you have purchased the book. Even if you have the older version of the book, that will be sufficient. For software, we will be using Java SE Development Kit, JDK 8, version 8. There are some difference between Java JDK 7 and Java JDK 9, and please install JDK 8 on your computer for such that the whatever program you write, we can compile it on our computer and we can grade it properly. We'll be using latest version of Eclipse all the time, and please install Eclipse on your computer before we start the class. Let's go to the important date section. We have fixed October 6th as our midterm exam, okay, and the final exam is to be declared later on. Let's talk about the course grading. We have weighted the midterm the most, 25%. The final exam carry 20%. The projects, there will be 4 projects which you can do over a week of time, and these are pretty lengthy projects, so I advise you to start the project as soon as we release the project, because if you miss the deadline or something, then I cannot accommodate you later on. And the 4 projects constitute 25% of the course grades. There will be weekly laboratories. There will be total 13 laboratories, and these laboratories will constitute 20% of the grade. Each week you will have a quiz which will constitute 10% of the grading. Total comes to 100%. Let's talk about the letter grading. The letter grading percentage is given here. I usually don't carve the student grading until unless it is pretty bad. However, I am pretty sure that this year you will do very well and I don't have to carve. So these numbers are pretty constant for this particular course. Let's talk about the tentative course outline. Remember, I might change it a little bit. If I cannot cover some part in 1 week, I can spill over to the next week. But mostly the topics will be, I will try to keep the topic described in this particular schedule as it is. So for the first couple of weeks, I will be describing or I will be reviewing the course material of 174, and then I will be going over the debugging tools present in Eclipse. There will be no lab on the first week, but from the second week onwards, you will have one lab assignment each week. Now, remember, the lab is on Monday. We will release the lab on Monday morning, okay, lab assignment. You can see it on your web canvas. And during the Monday lab session, you can come and ask for help for the lab and I will provide you the help. These labs you will do in a group. I will assign the group and you will be working with your group mates, and I will be going through different Zoom breakout rooms to find out if you have any problem. And this lab will be due on Wednesday. So after Monday, just submit it anytime. I'm just giving extra time such that people who are not residing in Ohio or they are residing in other countries, they can submit it and they have sufficient time. The projects are given sufficient time. You have almost 10 days time to submit a project, and I think it is enough for this project. There will be 4 projects. On your 3rd and 4th week, we will be covering the concept of object and class and what are these concepts. On the 5th and 6th week, we will be covering what the concept of inheritance and interfaces. Then on October 6th, we will have our midterm exam. Okay, and then we will be covering some graphical user interface and graphics, subsequently recursion. Then we will also cover some sorting and searching algorithms. I know that you will learn sorting and searching algorithms in detail in your algorithm class, but this is a good time to do those algorithms in Java and implement those and like code, practice the code. So that's why we kept like 2 weeks to practice different sorting and searching algorithms. Then we will be talking about some version control mechanism like GitLab and stuff like that, or we might talk about advanced file input and output. We will be giving you 13 lab assignments, and there might be a bonus lab assignment, or I might uh, take out one lab assignment, or like I might take I might consider 12 out of 13 highest lab assignment obtained by you. So I will just like waive one lab assignment if you do bad. Okay, let's talk about other policies for this particular environment. Now, due to the COVID-19 nature, of course, if you want to come to class after September 21, you have to maintain the mandatory medical advice provided by the university. That is, you have to always keep 6 feet distance from each other. You have to always cover your face. If you don't cover your face, then I will ask you to leave the room. And if you don't comply, then I might leave the room myself. Now, there are some students who might have difficulty covering their face because of some medical reason. For those students, please contact me in advance so that I can talk to the appropriate authority to accommodate you in the particular class. But I encourage you to read this particular section so that we comply to all the university regulations. Let's talk about the notice rules for this class regarding dishonesty or integrity, etc. I encourage you to work in a group where you talk to your fellow student about a problem and you try to solve the problem. However, you should never share your code. That means you should not submit a code verbatimly copied from your friend. You can work with your friend regarding lab sessions and the project sessions, and you can exchange ideas. And I also encourage you to post your questions on the discussion forum. Okay, remember, I cannot answer your emails very quickly. I am busy on another class and I am also busy on my research. I mostly answer the questions in the morning or in the late evening time. So what I encourage you is, if you face any problem, post it in the discussion session, and there might be some student who can help you. Remember, I will assign or I will reward those students who provide good answers with some extra point for the class, and those extra point will be used, okay, towards your grade. So I encourage all of you to use the discussion forum for exchanging ideas or helping each other out. Okay, so that's all about the particular course. I really request you to go through the syllabus, and if you have any questions, reach out to me, post in discussion forum, or send me an email. I'd be happy to answer, and see you on the next lecture videos. Okay.